Hello everybody, welcome back to Master. Hope you're all having an amazing day. We're starting off, we have the white pieces, no, we have the black pieces against the 1533 from Hungary. So we've got an e4. I'm feeling like we should play something different today. We usually go for e5, but I have been studying the Sicilian recently. I don't know why, I just feel like it. I feel like it's cool. So what do we do against knight f3? We usually go knight c6 and just go into like an old Sicilian, just main line, stuff like this, and then we can play d6 at any point. We could play d6 now, although I'm not even sure if d5's a line. We probably just take it, to be honest. We probably take it. And then we don't usually take this. Usually it's like a g6 going into like a dragon sort of shape. I guess we'll do that. So this is the accelerated dragon. Now there's a few variations of the dragon. There is the normal dragon. I think there's the hyper accelerated dragon as well. And then there is the accelerated dragon. Now I don't know if there's open or closed variations of the dragon. I'm not a theory wizard, but you know, it is what it is. And we'll play bishop to g7. Yes. We've fianchettoed it, so we might as well carry on. Okay, so we've got a lot of their pieces out. Can we hit anything with tempo? We could play an e5. I am not a fan. Two things. Firstly, this d pawn's going to be backwards. The d pawn's going to be backwards, which isn't ideal. Secondly, we're blocking in our dark squared bishop, which also isn't particularly ideal. So the plan's probably to go e6. And I think this sort of zigzag is the usual dragon shape. That's why it's called a dragon, because you've got the knight at the front, and it's like a Humby back and a tail or something like. I'm not really sure, but we'll see it through. And then maybe like a knight to e7 with castles. Then we got like d5 ideas potentially. With the queen there, I really want to get there, but that doesn't work for several reasons. A, it's too slow. B, the bishop will just take it. I think a6 is coming at some point, just to stop some activity from black. But for now, we'll go knight to e7. I don't see anything particularly wrong with knight to e7. Knight g to e7, I should say. Be accurate, you know. And if you don't know about that, if you're not used to annotating your games, you just play online. If you have two pieces that can go to the same square, you need to say which. You need to specify basically. So you either use the file or the rank. If they're on the same file, you would use the rank. If they're on the same rank, you would use a file. Usually, you identify by the file. It's just the way it is. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm unsure if they're castling queenside or not. I'm unsure. And it makes me uncomfortable. I hate playing against a queenside castle. I feel like the pawn storms are very dangerous. So we're going to go ahead and play a3. I think. For now, they're going to queenside castle. I can feel it. And it's annoying me. I don't like it one bit. Not a fan. The good news is their dark squares are very weak. Very, very weak. Not weak. I didn't mean to say weak. Their dark squared bishop is very, very weak. Their light squares are actually very well controlled. But their light squared bishop is a bit out of the game. Their only square is c4. But after a b5, it's looking grim. Cool. So we've got a queenside castle. We know what we're up against. Now this d-pawn's looking scared. A bit scared. To be honest, that's fine. I usually queenside castle against the Sicilian. If I can. It's just nice. You know, especially like a dragon. I like queenside castling against a dragon. I'm wondering if we commit to the castle here or we play like a d5. That is the question. The answer is probably to castle. The answer is probably to castle. I'm not too afraid of this d7 pawn just yet. I would like to get this bishop out first. We always have knight takes as well. I would love to start some sort of counterattack on the queen side with our pieces going out. B5 especially looks particularly nice with ideas of b4 kicking this knight. So our queens and rooks can come in and wreak havoc on the c-file. Really, that's the idea. That's the big idea. We'll see how that goes. I'm not quite sure. So I've been, studying, loosely looking at the Sicilian. I'm thinking about playing it in a few matches coming up. So I've been sort of looking at that. And then also the Dutch, I think, I'm sort of interested in. It's the Albin, I'm not having much luck with. So the Dutch seems like a fighting opening, It's got its chances. Knight goes back to b3. I like that move. I am a fan of that move. It's freeing stuff up. It's freeing a lot of things up. And that knight's coming on to c5, which is going to be a royal pain. A royal pain. I'm wondering if we chop off this bishop. Not chop off this bishop, chop off this knight, but then bishop to g6 is terrifying. After queen takes, they've got plans of mating on g7, which isn't ideal. At all. At all. So what do we do about this d-pawn? This is our problem. We need to play d5 as soon as possible. So maybe like a... What's the word? Knight b4 is something that we could potentially do. Ooh, knight b4, bishop takes. Ooh. Ooh, that's interesting. I like that. I'm a fan. We would have to be very careful, but it's doable. Because the knight b4 is helping push d5, and then we can do knight takes straight away after pawn takes, and we're looking a bit healthier. Are we? We're still going down a pawn push. We've always got bishop takes though. That's the good thing. We always have bishop takes. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I don't see anything particularly wrong right this second. And if the knight comes in, then we have the same stuff of d5. And the knight's not actually doing out there. It looks scary because it's hitting d7, but we're going to move the pawn off d7. So, are we happy with that? Potentially. Very much potentially. We're kind of threatening d4, but also not really at all. It looks like a threat, but it's not. They can just take. They've got more than enough firepower. That's the annoying thing about queenside castling. The rook and the queen, they're ready. They're straight away ready. So yeah, you have to be ready for it as black. And usually it manifests with some attack on the d pawn. And unlucky for us this game, the d pawn is a backwards pawn. So, I mean, we just have to be aware. Basically, we have to be very aware. The good thing about bishop takes is that after pawn takes... Ooh. That's cheeky. That's very cheeky. Uh-huh. Now, do we go for d5? That can't be right. d5, bishop takes, king takes, queen there, check, wins the knight. That's really annoying, actually. Uh-huh. Ooh, I like that move. Maybe it's an e5 sort of thing. e5. I don't want to play e5. Actually, e5. We have threats of the bishop potentially coming to h6. e5. We lose bishop takes knight though, and that's not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. Okay. We're good. What about knight d6? The problem is after a3, the knight's getting trapped. This b knight's getting trapped, which isn't pleasant either. So we're in a valley of unpleasantness here. We are in a valley of unpleasantness. But that's fine. We've come back from worse. Maybe we just move the knight back. Maybe we just move the knight back. Is there anything more good we can do? Anything better? E5 looks like a death sentence, really. What about F6 gives similar results? Yeah. Bishop takes, king takes, a3. Yeah. No, not nice. That's a good move. I like that. I really like that. We're gonna have to move the knight back, I reckon. Unless we play like a a5 could work. A5 could work. Actually, a5's not half bad. A5, the bishop's coming in though. We don't have that. Yeah, a5 bishop comes in. That's not nice either. What about bishop takes? Queen takes, knight there. A5. Doesn't seem particularly natural. Yeah. Not ideal. We need to make a move. We really need to make a move. Bishop takes, knight takes. We just push the pawn. Bishop takes, queen takes. Knight back. We'll do bishop takes. We'll do bishop takes. Queen takes is the move. They pre-moved that, I think, as well. Which is interesting. Let's do this. Let's do knight c6. We're gonna have to play a safety move for our knight, but that's fine. That's fine because the queen has to go back basically. Yeah, they've freed up their dark squared bishop, but now they're left with their bad bishop. So if we can survive and keep this d pawn and break somehow, then I think we're doing a bit better. And we have some potential checks with a rook d8. That would be quite nice. Then we're looking better to push. So it all depends on where this queen goes. If the queen goes back to d2, firstly that's nice for us because they can't double up their rooks again. In fact, I think that's the only place it can go, really. Yeah, because if they go down, I threaten to trade. Then the knight takes, and then we're looking much, much better. Much, much better. Okay, I'm not hating it. It's not ideal. I'm not hating it, though. Queen c4 doesn't look particularly good. I think I have b5, sorry. With same ideas of trading off. And then the bishop comes on b7 as well. So that's a nicer bishop. Although, do we want the bishop covering the d7 pawn is the question as well. Although it's a bad bishop, it's doing a job. It's doing a very important job. And that's something I've been reading about a bit. Because I'm sort of not learning, but like improving my ability to make my pieces active, you know. It's important to know when something's doing a job, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. I think we go Queen e7 here. The problem is if the rook comes in, we can't really kick the rook that easy. Or do we just go a... This isn't ideal. This is not ideal. Maybe we miscalculated this a bit. It's fine. We're chilling. Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good. The problem is they could ignore it and go a3. At which point I'm not particularly happy at all. Without doing a knight to e7, we're losing this knight. That's the problem. I don't want to play a5 anymore because then we're hitting two things. Actually, that's not even that bad though, if you think about it. That's not even that bad letting the bishop in. It does free up their bishop, but it's not the worst thing in the world because we still have the b pawn. At which point we can go Queen e7. Oh gosh. Sure. I mean, we have to go a5, right? Is the knight coming in scary? That's a question. No. Surely we get too much of an attack after that. Surely. And it's not really hitting anything anyway. Yeah, let's play a5. I think we have to. I didn't want to go knight back to e7 because we just shuffle and they get their pieces better. And it's not pleasant. To say the least, it's not pleasant. Maybe I just give up this d-pawn. Maybe I cut my losses, give up the pawn and play for a draw. That's an option. It's an option. It's not a particularly appealing option, but it's an option. We can only see. We can only see. And we have 5 minutes left versus their 11. Not pleasant. We need to speed up. We really do need to speed up. Actually, bishop moves. We win the bishop. Oh, we don't win the bishop though because of the knight. But then we take the pawn. Ooh. 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 That's super interesting. We take the knight. We take the pawn, sorry. Okay, okay. And then we take the knight. They go there. Huh. What? Why? What? What? Are you not just giving up a pawn? Are you not just giving up a pawn? Why is that not just giving up a pawn? I don't understand. In fact, I kind of also want to play b5. kind of want to play b5 with idea of a4, and then we go on an absolute rampage against their king. Knight takes, king over. We could even go b4 at that point potentially. Oh, that's so tempting. That's very tempting. Give up this pawn. Because we still have this. And now they've moved their knight, so it's even better. And where are they going with their knight? They're going there, which is hitting nothing. I mean, it's hitting up the pawn, but we want to give that up really anyway. Or they go there. Which is hitting, I guess, the bishop. But then we have maybe even a rook a6, which doesn't work, actually. I would even be tempted to sack the exchange if we could. King over. Then b5? That doesn't work, surely. Maybe we're giving them tempos by playing b5. Maybe we just take it and run. Oh, we're really low on time. Let's take the pawn. Let's take the pawn. Why not? No, why not? What's the worst thing that could ever happen? What's the worst thing? They can't actually come here anyway because of the queen. So that's all good. They can't even go there because of the queen. So maybe I'm fine doing that. Maybe I'm fine doing that. Well, not anymore because they're going to move and I don't have the check anymore. Which is fine. I drop back. Yeah, I just go back. We picked up the pawn, so we're happy to lose this pawn now. In fact, it's encouraged to lose this pawn because then our position's sorted, and they're still playing down a piece. Their bishop's still not ideal. Like, it still only has like 2 squares. Their knights look scary, but aren't doing much. H4 seems like a massive oversight, personally. It seems like it's giving me too much time. Okay, okay. Let's trade off the queen. Why not? Let's trade off the queen. We're up the pawn. We can give up this pawn. And I'm not fussed. I'm not fussed about it, really. And their king's more vulnerable than it looks. We have an open file. We have a semi-open file with very fast pawn pushes as well. I would be tempted to even go d5 here. Very tempted to go d5 if the queen moves. In fact, I think that's really good. Pawn takes, knight takes, and then all of our problems are gone. All of them are gone. Even pawn takes would be good, although the bishop's not doing much either way. At that point, b5 is very tempting as well. And to be honest, our position with a move like h4 just got so much nicer. I mean, h4 is one of those moves you make that seems like a good move in any position. But you're playing on the wrong side of the board, personally. You're playing on the complete wrong side of the board. All your pressure should be on d7. You should be getting this bishop out. You should be getting this rook doubled up. And you're messing about too much. D5. The queen coming there is interesting, actually. The queen coming there is interesting because h5. No, but we just take with f and move the rook up, and we're good. We're not scared. So let's play d5. Let's play d5. Easy, simples. And we take with the knight and harass the queen. And then we good. We got a minute left, but we can do this. We've come back from much worse positions. And to be honest, I'm not hating this. I'm not hating this one bit. I was hating it, but they let their foot off the gas, and we've found our mojo. We have found our mojo. C3 is a very interesting idea here. But I would even consider E5. Wow, you're going for it. E5. Takes queen there. Rook up is fine. Sure, E5. Queen goes to H6. We play F6. No. What do we do? We can just leave it. We can ignore it, actually, and play like a D4. Or we could even take, potentially. Is interesting as well. And it's a two-piece attack, you know. It's a two-piece attack. Technically three, sure. But it's not scaring me. Our queen's on E7, so it's covering H7 as soon as we move this pawn. Our rook can move up. And then this rook can move up just as easy as well. You know, I'm not scared. We need to decide what we're doing here. Are we taking or not? Let's push. Let's push the pawn. Try lock stuff up. And just make the most of our position. Like I said, it's a fake attack, and with this locked up, you know, there's not much happening. We can't go bishop e6 now because queen takes, and you're not actually covering that anymore. So it is fine. It's still fine. We have to be a bit smart about stuff. There. Yeah, I think we sack that pawn. We can move a rook up to a7 now. The knights are covering each other. And we can move a rook up to f7 with g7, so it can't be hit. We could even move our bishop up to e6 and stop the bishop ever coming in here again. And I'm not fussed. I'm not too upset about this. It's an interesting move actually to ignore this. And I wonder if I can actually take that. I think I could be able to. So they go for that. And we'll move our bishop up to e6 here. Oh, that's interesting. It's fine though. I think we're fine for now. I didn't see that, to be honest, but we are on time. Yeah, I completely ignored that. We're good, we're good, we're good. Don't panic. Don't panic. We need to try kick this queen, which would be nice. Then we could even consider trading off and maybe pushing this past pawn. C3 has been coming for a while. I don't know what I would do in that situation. Probably just take the free knight. Probably just take the free knight. And somehow we're hanging on here. Somehow we're hanging on. I'm still not too scared of this attack. There are a few moves off making it work. At which point we have some defenses. Well, that's interesting. Gosh. Let's hit the queen. Let's hit the queen. Oh, queen takes. Queen takes is a move. No. Low on time again. It's struck. Knight takes. And then we're not happy at all. Yeah. We have to take the queen, basically. We have to take the queen. We'll hit the knight. They're trading off, which is smart. And we're just a piece down here, which isn't pleasant. We are just a very, very annoying piece down. The knight's under attack, which is good for us. Knight moves back, which is good for them. What can we do here? What can we do here? Try counter attack, I guess. Where can this knight go to? Let's move it up. Let's move it back up. We're still holding this, and we can actually move one of our rooks now, if we have to. In fact, I don't know why I moved it to b4. That's a terrible move, because we can't actually go there because the knight's covering d3. So we'd have to takes, and then things are looking very bleak. Very bleak indeed. Oh, this time. I need to work on my time management in Rapid. It's really, really bad. We were perfectly fine there. We were perfectly fine. Yes, the pressure was on a bit, but that was just a mistake. Just a blunder, really. I mean, there's nothing else to say. And I knew it as soon as I played it as well, which is the annoying part. I wonder what we do there. We can do probably anything. I was thinking check. And then go there, which is probably the way to play it. Although then you don't even lose your knight. You can do a few things. They go there, which is interesting. We'll move the knight back. It's covering that, and we're all chilling. The knight can reroute somewhere else. I mean, it has to now reroute somewhere else. No choice about that. At least it's covering rook there. It's not pleasant. Rook there is potentially an option. Try hit that. G-pawn. And I don't think we're winning this. I'm not going to lie, I don't think we're winning this. I think we're down a piece. Yeah, that's a nice move. Not much that can be done in this situation, really. Other than shuffle our king, I guess. Shuffle the king. Keep shuffling. Shuffle to victory. Why not? Hopefully they'll blunder something. Hopefully they will. And it's always when I talk about how nice the position is, that's when I mess it up. You know, it's a cruel joke. It's a very cruel joke. We're completely trapped. we're literally completely trapped. We have no moves. Not without trading significant material, which isn't what you want when you're in a bad position like this. I think we were struggling, and then we were definitely even on top. I mean, it's up to the computer really. I thought we had a playable position at least. That's a good move as well. We'll counter-attack them. Why not? That's actually interesting, to be fair. Oh, but then they even have maybe a knight g6 with the idea of winning this knight. So rook takes, or knight takes, rook takes, check. King moves down. Say we do something else. Or they could do that, I guess. This isn't ideal one bit. Sure, let's go there. Yeah, we're losing this. They're going to steamroll us with these three. It's probably resignable. We'll play it on. We will play it on. Yeah, it's just my time management. I mean, we're spending 2 or 3 minutes a move, and a lot of times. We lose his pawn now, but that's on the other side of the board, and it's not stopping any other pawns, so I'm not too fussed about that. It's fine. We'll go knight there. Threaten to win that pawn. And it's, to be fair, playing on in positions like this is actually quite a good exercise. On drumming up counterplay, you know. You've got it's a good exercise in making sure your pieces are doing stuff, because if you're not having your pieces doing stuff, then you're going to get absolutely steamrolled. So if you want to hold on as long as possible, this is actually a fairly decent exercise to do so. And if you're anything like me, you should have a lot of experience in doing that. I think we probably do actually take the knight here. And probably the rook, and try play this pawn. At least we've got something. Their pawns are infinitely faster, but hey ho. Worse positions have occurred. We could even try for a stalemate if they're promoting that queen. We could try for like a stalemate. We're trying to win this pawn with a little behind the king check. They have a good idea of actually sacking that potentially, and the knight's actually covering this square, which is brutal. That's really brutal. I would love to see that. That's a great move. Knight takes, pawn push. Wow. And the king's stopping the rook getting to there. The knight stopping that. It's just, ooh, chef's kiss, you know. Love to see it. I would love to see it. If they, to be fair, if they play that, I'll resign. Because they deserve it. At that point, they deserve it. They're thinking. They're thinking. They could see it. We could see it. We could very much see it. And we have been on 1 minute this entire game. They're thinking a lot. You could even do rook c5, to be honest. That would work. Takes, king takes, push, 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 push. I'm not in time. Yeah. We'll play this out. We potentially have some checks here. That's a good move. Push, 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 push. Yeah. They promote with check as well, which is brutal. We just lose the pawn. We will go for a stalemate. They didn't play the fun move, so we will try for a stalemate. Because, you know, the more pieces there are on the board, the better the chance of stalemate. That is just mate, by the way. That is just mate. There we go. Nice one. Yeah, it was interesting game. Interesting. And we're under 1700 now, which is not nice at all. What do we get? 73.7 versus 80.9. And apparently we weren't better at all there, so we just played it completely wrong. Which is probably what happens when you don't know the opening. But I wanted to try out this Sicilian. I wanted to see if it's something I could potentially play in the future if I wanted to surprise somebody. Yeah, we played the opening okay. Knight to f6 is actually the move rather than this knight maneuver. And that's just completely winning. Wow, that's brutal. This, if you can't see, goes from 0.3 for white to 2.3 for white. Wowzer. I'm bamboozled. I'm bamboozled as to why. Yeah, show me the money. The king has to go to f8, apparently. Is there no stopping that? Is that, but there's surely stopping that. I don't understand. Oh, have you got that coming? Is that what's needed to be stopped? I still don't particularly understand why that's so bad. Show me the money. Let's say we play h5. Show me. Oh, because the bishop's coming in there. Okay, that makes sense. So we just played it wrong. Basically, we played it wrong. But so did they. Long castles, like I said, is brutal. This is 1.1, so we're losing the pawn. And the knight up was a big mistake. We're back to 2.3 for white. We take, and we played the wrong knight move. We wanted e7 there as well. It doesn't make much of a difference. We took the free pawn. We moved back, which was right. Queen e7's too late. At this point, I thought we were good here with h5. h5 is actually a good move. h4, sorry. So I take back what I said. But queen f4 is not a good move. And this is back to basically equality. This is 0.4 for white. So about even. And like I said, they needed to get their other pieces in the game. We played it a bit wrong, but it's still okay-ish. This 0.7 with d5. And then this is complete equality here. We were completely right to play e5. But apparently you needed g5, which is wild. And I'm guessing then you just can't do anything getting this pawn off the file. The queen's holding that. That sort of makes sense. But we were wrong to play d4. And I think in d4 we were starting to get into time trouble. Yeah, you can see there, 44 seconds left. Show tactic. No, we want the best move, sorry. There we go. G5. Yeah, he's not showing a follow-up, but it's pretty clear to see that this pawn can't actually get off this file. And if they try break, I can take with the e-pawn, which makes sense. H takes. The check. I thought this was holdable here. This is saying 2.1. I thought this was holdable. It wants their knight to come into b6, and I'm guessing that's to trade off some stuff. Although still, like, maybe the knight's coming on to d5, actually, which could be a pain. And then coming on to f6, with ideas of sacking there. That's quite interesting, actually. b5 is actually the best move, which was cool. With the idea of getting the bishop to e6. This is still sort of equality. It wanted rook to f7 instead. I don't know what the difference is. We also did completely miss the queen sack. Which is something I should have seen. Something I very much should have seen. Rook f7. Yeah, I mean it's nasty. It's nasty. Queen takes. Yeah, we need to play bishop g8 as well, and then this completely loses. And then the rest is history. We shuffled as much as we could shuffle. But yeah, it's a rough game. We fought, and we got to equality even at some points. But I think it's safe to say I need to do a lot of work on the dragon before I play it in a game, which is potentially quite soon. So I will get to work. I will get to work. It will be better next time. I guarantee. I guarantee. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.